Hey friends, and welcome back. Today we are heading to town to go pick up the strawberries from Florida. If you are new here, every year the fruit truck comes through multiple times per year and they bring us fresh fruit. This month the item is strawberries, and so what happens is a semi truck goes to Florida, they pick up fresh strawberries and they truck them back here to Wyoming. Now they offer this service in a ton of different states, so if you're interested in this, definitely go check out. It's called My Fruit Truck, I believe. I just looked them up on Facebook. They give you delivery schedules for what they'll be having and the amount of products that they'll have. Sometimes they have multiple products, sometimes they just have one. Today it is pecans and strawberries. I'm just gonna grab strawberries, so let's head into town and go pick these up. It's literally a 30-minute period that they are in town and then they head on to the next town, so we need to make sure we make our drop-off time. Strawberries are secured. Holy moly, it is windy out there, but I grabbed a strawberry. Figured we might need to do a little taste test before we head home and get these all processed. Cheers. They're phenomenal. Okay. I need to pull myself together and then we will head home, and we have quite the processing ahead of us. Here's a look at the beautiful strawberries, and first thing I wanted to do was just get some cut up in the fridge. I find that if I cut up fruit and put it in the fridge, my family will gravitate towards it, versus if it's just sitting there whole, they definitely will not. So you can see we've got the sneaky thief of the strawberries. And honestly, it just makes my heart happy. I love when my family is eating really good foods that are really well grown and we're supporting other farmers. So that makes me so happy. All right, friends, we have a busy afternoon because we are going to get these strawberries all processed up. Now, I have cut up a few. These are the strawberries we've just been munching on. These are the strawberries that I am going to make into jam. And the way I like to just preserve up my strawberries when I cut them is put some paper towels under them. It helps just grab the moisture and keeps them fresh much longer. So because I cut these a few days ago, I just put paper towel underneath. We will pull that out now, and I'm gonna put these to the side. So the first way we're gonna preserve these is freezer jam. The second way is we are going to freeze dry all of these. And then the third way is we are going to make little yogurt bites for my son that will go in the freezer. And I might also make a few chocolate covered strawberries for dessert tonight, TBD how I'm feeling. So let's get going on the strawberry rhubarb jam. I'm just gonna do a freezer jam because I honestly don't have the time and I'm not in a place in my life right now to be canning. I have done a ton of canning and I love canning, but I just don't have that kind of time right now. So we're gonna do freezer jam instead. And I have some rhubarb from my garden, currently defrosting and cooking down. And honestly, I'm kind of making up this freezer jam recipe. I know that's a bad idea, but fingers crossed it works out. So first thing I need to do is figure out how many strawberries I have so I know how much rhubarb to put in. So I am going to go ahead and get these crushed up using my immersion blender. So I have these all crushed now. I'm gonna just measure them out and see how much I have. Each batch is going to take 3 cups of strawberries. That'd be one batch. Okay, that was pretty much exactly 3 batches, so that was very lucky. And I'm just gonna call that good. We're gonna call that close enough. Okay. Now we just need to hope that I have 3 cups of rhubarb for each of these. I was not expecting to get that much, so that is super exciting. Okay, while we wait for that, our rhubarb, I'm gonna go ahead and get our yogurt bark made. I'm just gonna do a scoop of yogurt. And this isn't Greek yogurt, this is just regular. that is all of the yogurt I have. So I'm wondering if I should cut these. I should. The strawberry pieces are too big. They just make a big old mess. So I'm gonna cut these. And just kind of poke them in. Into the freezer these go. Rhubarb is done. Let's get this blended. And I'm a little nervous because this definitely does not look like 3 cups, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we had exactly 2 batches worth. No problem though, because I have this in my freezer. This is from this past year's rhubarb. We'll get that cooking down. And we'll get enough for our 3rd batch. And at the same time, we have some enchiladas for dinner. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out and get this cooking. This is just leftover from a freezer meal I made a little while back and we never got to. And this is still a little bit frozen, so I'm gonna just put it in before the oven is defrosted to let it heat up with the oven. And I did just add a little bit of cream on top of those to make it a little bit less spicy. So hopefully my son can eat those too. If not, he can have a cheese quesadilla. Okay, next we're going to get our pectin and sugar going. So there's 1 packet of pectin, and this sugar is clumpy. That's right. We need 3 cups of sugar. We're just gonna mix those up. It's crazy to me that 3 cups of sugar is a low sugar jam. And then we need 1 cup of water, and we're gonna put this on the stove to boil. Now, while both of those things cook away, I'm gonna get these strawberries cut up for our freeze dryer. And these, we're just going to do nice slices. Now, these strawberries this year are so good. I know they're really good every year, but I would say this year they are exceptionally delicious. And I have just been giving these tops to my chickens and my goats, and the whole farm is quite happy with me around here. So any spots that aren't absolutely perfect, I'm just gonna cut them off because it's definitely not going to waste around here. There are many animals that will also enjoy it. And I do think I'm gonna make some chocolate strawberries for dessert tonight. So the few that are like really big and pretty and perfect, I'm gonna pull those out for dessert so those can start drying. I get these every single year. This year, the box was $30 for 8 pounds. So I went with 2 boxes, and honestly, for really farm fresh, incredible strawberries, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's not crazy. And it always amazes me. There are people leaving the drop off with like wagons full of strawberries. So if you are one of those people, I would love to hear, what do you do with all of your strawberries? Now that there's 3 of us and we have a little fruit loving son, I definitely think we could go through more. Like, I won't have any for the freezer this year or anything like that, but that's okay. We have so many great fruit seasons that I'm not super worried about it. We're gonna be just fine. We have, the fruit truck also does peaches, pears, apples, all sorts of things. And then our farmer's market is really, really good here too. And I, this year, have a few fruit trees in, so hopefully that will, my oven is preheated. So hopefully in the years to come, that will help. I have not had any luck with fruit trees, and living in Wyoming, it's a very dry, very windy climate, and so fruit trees are not known to thrive here. But I am hopeful. I have planted all of my fruit trees in the spring in the past, and none of them have made it through summer because our summers are just crazy hot and crazy dry. And no matter how much I water them, I just have not been able to successfully get them to go. So this year I planted them in the fall, and I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. But I would love if we could get some, I did two apple trees and a cherry tree. And then I also put in a couple of blueberries. And then we have one strawberry plant that's just been doing amazing. It's about 3 years old now. So fingers crossed that comes back. And then we have a ton of raspberries too. So my goal is to eventually not have to buy from the fruit truck. However, I think it's an amazing resource where I fall short. It's awesome that I can support other people. Another place we do that is our corn throughout the year. I don't grow great corn, but my neighbor grows incredible corn. So we buy corn from them because they do it better than I can. So things like that, I love supporting other people. However, it would be so much more exciting if I could just do it myself, but we will see. And my cutting is gonna have to take a short intermission because my rhubarb is done. So it's all blended. And we're gonna be, unfortunately, a little bit short, but it's all right. We're gonna make the best of it. Hopefully it still works. We'll see. If I had been thinking, I would have used a bigger saucepan for these because I need to put my strawberry rhubarb mixture into the saucepan to combine it all. However, I did not do that to save the recipes. So, I'm just gonna make it work. Here's my next batch of strawberry and pectin, or sugar and pectin. 1 packet of that, 3 cups of sugar. This is a 1/2 cup. On the stove, this one goes to boil. Now the beautiful part about freezer jam is once this was all mixed, we are pretty much done. I am just putting it in jars so that it stores in the freezer nice and easily. And I did allow this mixture to cool down significantly before putting it in these jars, just so we don't risk breakage. But all I'm doing is putting about 3 scoops of this in, and I did leave a little over 1 inch of headspace in each jar to make sure that there was room for it to expand a little bit once it goes into the freezer. Now, this is the point in the evening where things started to get a little bit crazy. So because I was only expecting 2 batches of jam, I only had 2 boxes of pectin down in my storage room. I thought I had more, but I didn't. So my husband had a great idea. He said, why don't you turn this into strawberry syrup? That way we can keep that in the freezer for pancake mornings. And I thought, absolutely genius. So here I'm just going ahead and straining our strawberry mixture. This is the strawberry and rhubarbs, so that we can get a little bit of a slightly smoother consistency for syrup. Okay, I have this all strained. This is how much pulp I have left, and because I'm gonna be running the freeze dryer already, I'm gonna try to make little yogurt drops or something like that for my son. So we'll just put this off to the side. And then to our syrup mixture, I'm gonna just add in, start with a 1/2 cup of sugar. We can always add more. We'll get this cooking on the stove. And then in the meantime, let's get our trays lined with our strawberries that we cut earlier. And we just want these to be in a single layer.
I then realize I am burning daylight and I need to get this stove working for me. So I am going to go ahead and get this syrup coming together. All we're going to do is just bring it up to a boil, let it boil for about a minute, and then turn it off and call it good. But I realized that I need to get that going so that I can keep working on the freeze dryer trays while I wait for that to boil. Now, jumping back over to our puree that was left over from the jam, I am going to turn these into little freeze-dried melts for my son. He loves the Gerber melts. Oh, hey, Arrow. So I'm going to turn these into that. I figured, why not? It's literally just...
All right, here's the pulp piped out. Into the freeze dryer this goes. All right, final thing for the night. We're gonna, while that syrup cools down, we're gonna make chocolate strawberries. So I like to use kind of a skinny glass that's taller so that you can dip it without having to have a ton of chocolate. If it's in a bowl, you have to have a lot more chocolate. So I'm just gonna microwave this 30-second intervals and stir between every 30 seconds.
I am a firm believer that chocolate covered strawberries are one of the easiest desserts for how simple they are. Literally all I'm doing is just dipping them in this chocolate, and this was more than enough chocolate to get through all of these strawberries. I find when you use a cup rather than a bowl, the chocolate is a lot taller, and so it's easier to get that dip versus if you're in a bowl, it's really hard to roll a strawberry around into the entire bowl because it's so wide and shallow. So that is my tip for you. I went ahead and just dipped all of these and then put them in the fridge for about an hour to 2 hours, and they were enjoyed. Next, we need to get our syrup all jarred up.
All right, this has cooled down quite a bit. We're gonna get it our containers.
And I have to say, we have already gone through one of these containers of strawberry syrup. It is absolutely delicious and will definitely be a make again item for next year's strawberries. And here is a final look at all of our final products. We have the strawberry drops and strawberries that still need to go in the freeze dryer. I have the bark. I did add a little bit of chocolate to one. It didn't make too much of a difference. And then I have our strawberry rhubarb jam, our syrup, and our chocolate dipped strawberries. Then into the freeze dryer these went. They took about 30 hours in total because I put them in not frozen. And then here you can see this is how our fruit drops turned out. They are absolutely delicious. My son has been devouring them. He loves them. We also have snuck a few because they are so good. They literally just melt on your tongue. So if you have any babies that are getting into food or solids, this is a really great way to do it. And then we are going to just package up the freeze-dried strawberries. These are so good. He also really loves these. If you like Honey Bunches of Oats strawberries and you like the strawberries, these taste just like that, but probably 10 times better. We will definitely be making these again.
All right, friends, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining us on today's video as we preserved up strawberries a ton of different ways. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of our cooking or gardening videos coming up, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye, friend.